Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market. Now that I have more data, we figured out, or I have more of an idea what's going on with Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market. So I was looking at the data, the momentum and everything, and it was, I would say, generally speaking, with the signals, is probably 75% more to the downside than it was to the upside. And now that we have two more days gone by, more or less, or however many days it's been in here, there's more data coming together. So here's Bitcoin, guys. I'll get you like, it's making a bear flag. Some people might call it a triangle. It's a goofy triangle, but you could get a triangle out of that, but it's making a bear flag, in my opinion. Is it going to go up one more shot and then come back down? Remains to be seen. This flag reminds me of a small version. Let me go ahead and take these targets off for the time being. Okay, guys. Reminds me of a small version of this one right here. This flag. Okay. I remember this plain as day because I was remembering for it. Boom. Okay. So the target on this flag, I went like this, and then I put it like that, and that was the target. Okay. Is this one going to go that low? It could. It's a little bit smaller, and that wave is a lot longer. But generally speaking, if it does go that full length, that's down to 23. I don't think it's going to do it. But hey, you never know. So either way, it's going to be I'm pretty sure it's going to be a bear flag. This data, I won't worry about this data right here on the algos, because these algos are projecting that there's going to be an upside move. Okay. So don't worry about those algos for the time being. The lower time frames are bearish. Okay. It just hasn't caught up to the higher time frames yet. All right. So the other more evidence that I have for that is if you take a look at Litecoin, okay, Litecoin's in a flag too. And if you can believe it, Litecoin has more downside. I was getting the signals pointing more to downside. And you would think after a drop like this, it would be done. But it's not. You would think after a drop like that, Litecoin would be done. After a 46% drop, but it's not. And if you take a look on a 2-day chart, you have your perfect little triangle. And that triangle is going to hang out in there, boom, and it's going to have a target. I would say, I have fib targets 54, 54, 56, and that one be like down to 51, 52. 54, 56, and then also on top of that trend line, which is 57. Okay, for Litecoin to finish that one off. So triangle, Bitcoin, bear flag, and Ethereum is in a triangle, in my opinion, guys. Take a look at Ethereum. I'll go to a 4-hour chart on Ethereum because it's a little bit clearer. Ethereum, I think, is a triangle. It should pop up. Maybe one more shot, but it just might go through here and roll over. And it might not be a triangle, maybe some sort of goofy flag that, like you could say A, B, C, D. And then it's supposed to go up for E like this and then back down. But remains to be seen, but that's the pattern. So Ethereum has more downside too, guys. How much downside? Don't know. Don't know. It's already hit those fib targets, so, and no new fib targets are popping up. Oh, wait a second. 14, 14, 17, 13, 17, and 12, 48. 14, it could hit 1400. Let me see if this flag, let me go like this. So it's a breakdown. I'm going to go from the breakdown. Just like that, from that breakdown. And I guess I would have to use that whole thing, huh? Yeah, so that doesn't even reach it. Man, it's supposed to go the whole length of that, huh? Yeah, so that does hit 14, guys. So you know what this means? More than likely, you don't want to be going long anytime soon. Now, the other piece of evidence that I have that has the most beautiful bear flag that I've seen in a long time is compound right there. Okay. So, and it's a fairly big asset, it's not a top 10, but I could probably go around and find other ones that are did similar moves and are forming the good old bear flag. Okay. So according to Ethereum, there's a shot that Bitcoin can make a move maybe like that over here. I would be surprised to see that personally, but this is crypto, right? This is crypto. What did I come up with? I mean, it did it last time. Oh, it's down here 22. It did it last time, guys. Over here, let me take this off. I'll go back to it and I'll show you. It did it last time. Right here. This flag, this one was a lot longer. I think we were in here for a month. Yeah, we were in here for almost a month. And then boom, boom. And this is probably this could be a few more days too, guys, in here. But anyhow, just wanted to give you guys that heads up on Friday night. I know some of you are probably gonna probably see this tomorrow morning or something, or you're just taking a break or things like that. But I was just trying to look for some trades to get into today. There wasn't anything exciting to get into. Had some pretty good trades. It was $80 risk for $200 to $500 reward trades, and I'll show you how we're doing. I was doing that. There's a guy that did it today. He followed it in my Discord. But so what it was is right here with this trade. Okay, so what you do is, as an example, say you entered in right here at let's just use the top of this, 344, right? And you put a stop at 345 and you run it on 25x leverage. You put in, I think it's $100. I think it's $100 if I remember. Yeah, $100. And your stop will be a loss of 80, and then you just run it down to your targets, and once it gets this whole move would have been like that whole move right there. I didn't get that whole move, but that whole move right there would have been like $1,000 probably. Something like that. It would have been pretty high. That whole move, probably more than that, probably like 1,500. That whole move would have been like $1,500 on 25x leverage right there for an $80 risk. And you can do it. You can do it on these all the way down using the moving averages, guys. Okay. So that's what we were doing in Discord. We're a couple of the guys hanging out and doing that. So you risk $80 and you can easily gain like $100 or $200. And you just use the moving averages. It's very simple. Like this one, look, you see how it's going right along the moving, you hit the moving average and stuff like that. So I just want to give you guys that heads up on the bear flags that are forming in the crypto market. And bear flags, the probability of a bear flag breaking down, I think is like 70 to 75% or something like that. So the probability Bitcoin is going to be going down. It's just going to matter how deep that they're going to go. My only issue is how deep they are in the RSI, right now. So if I go to a 12-hour chart, let me remove this. I'll show you. But they can continue to be deep. It can stay deep in the RSI for that period of time, guys. So here's relative strength RSI, because I had somebody on Twitter today I didn't respond or anything just because it's kind of a vain thing unless you got the spare time to do it. But you see how deep it is. Now the stochastics dragged up the 12-hour RSI, but you see how deep this is, and you're thinking their thinking is like, oh, this has got to be the buy. Well, this is forming a bear flag, and it's probably going to get dragged up a little bit more. Boom, only to go like this, you know. Or on Twitter doing that, right? So up there a little bit more. Maybe it's got another week in there, goes like that, and then you have your flag over there. You have that drop like that. So on a Bitcoin, you can see it. I remember that bear flag that it formed over there, guys, on that thing because some people were thinking it was gonna. I actually bought that dip and I got out of it over here, if you can believe it. I bought this dip and then I had to get out. It was over here. I got out. I was like, uh-oh. So you can see, yeah, so it came down here, right? Oh, this one dragged it up pretty good. This one dragged it up pretty good. You can see it dragged it up really well. So it's back up in that area on how that flag formed over a course of a month, right? And dragged it up just like so. So you can see in this bear flag, just as an example, you see how high it got compared over here. So this spot right here to here to here, it's all kind of even on the flag, but it's way higher on this side of it than it is over in this section, right? And even right here, you have this peak and that peak, and you have this peak and that peak is like that, and that's like that. This is how you knew this was a bear flag was going to break down. This was a really good example of a bear flag right there like that, and you knew it was going to roll over. So we don't quite have that yet over here on Bitcoin. We don't quite have that yet. So it went so deep. So it might be down and then back up some more, because what you're looking at, right? I was trying to show this on Ethereum before it broke down. I was trying to show this on the RSI and Ethereum before it broke down. And the Moon Boys are getting on my YouTube and are like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Well, it makes sense to me. So anyhow, it's like this on the I'll show you what I was talking about on Ethereum, guys. So right here, right, you're going to have it like this. If this does happen to go back up again, but you see the RSI. Hold on for a sec. You see the RSI. So it's like this. So let's say the RSI kind of goes like that, and it starts right here, right, in this area. But this is your trend telling you it's going to be a flag, even though it's just like this, that's a trend. I'll show you. I was trying to explain this before while the Moon Boys were getting mad at me. Okay, on the weekly chart on Ethereum, that this was going to break down according to the RSI. I'll show you real quick. I don't want to bore you guys too much, but this is good data to have and know this data so you don't get trapped. Okay. So you see this trend? That's all together appears as one trend. Like that. Right? But it's all in here sideways. Okay? Telling you this all goes together. It's going together because it's all in one trend. Okay? That's what I explained. The Moon Boys were like, no. Well, it was over here still, and they said it was gonna do a moonshot, and it didn't, and it rolled over, right? Even this, it broke down. Even after it broke down, they still didn't believe me. They still didn't believe me. Yeah, I said, okay, here it is, and now it's broken down. Now you're at like let me see. That's your first warning shot. There was another warning shot, and it still didn't believe me. It did a back test, still broke down. So I don't like to teach. I don't care for teaching a Moon Boy. So, because everything has to be up and to the right. It can't break down. No offense to Moon Boys. Don't get me wrong. Hey, in a bull run, I am a moon boy. I'm a moon boy at heart. I want things to go up and to the right. It's more fun. Okay. I gotta understand. I have a little understanding about the moon boys and your thinking. You want everything to go up and to the right because it's more fun. But the difference between me and the moon boys is I get down to reality because I don't like losing money. It's very simple. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.